Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. My name's Caleb. We got Spring Tournament Finals, Game 2, Wildham vs. Ganon's Gone Wild. I'm in the booth here with Lord Fizzlebeef. How you doing, Fizzle?
I'm doing all right. It's really hot outside. I'm glad to not be outside. Let's do some finals.
Let's do that hockey. So we're watching. Ganon's Gone Wild took an early lead in the best of 5 series the other night. Went up game 1 with a very fast seed. Found his loose floater in the volcano where Wildham skipped the play and went with the incentive locations. Skipping volcano being burned by it, is that something you're familiar with, Fizzle?
No, I have no experience with that whatsoever, and I will deny anyone who says otherwise.
It's crazy because it happens more often than you think. So the way these flags work, most of you already know, we have 2 loose as spring tournament tradition dictates. However, loose items cannot land in incentivized dungeons. So that means our loose items are going to be in the volcano or in Sea Shrine, or if we're really lucky, a Key Lock or Cardia Island check. But for the most part, it's going to be odds on in Volcano or Sea Shrine. Our runners here decided to do something a little fun. They went with 4 forced with a guaranteed melee and a guaranteed mage. So that would be the black belt and the black mage. The thief and fighter were just here along for the ride. The 4 forced given to us by the seed. And they've also removed the missing battle RNG. So, Fizzle, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
So basically, we talk about how sometimes you have a 3 in 256 chance to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the magic behind that is that the RNG pool has it's either duplicate zeros or duplicate ones. And what the fix missing battle RNG flag does is it takes out that duplicate 0 or 1 and it assigns the one missing number, which is like a 149, which is never going to matter for anything of any significant note. But the practical thing that happens as a result of that is all your 3 in 256s are now 2 in 256s. So it makes all those, getting zapped through a ribbon much more unlikely.
And much more frustrating when they do happen, because inevitably they
Yeah.
will happen. But here we go. Ganon's Gone Wild into Canaria Town. We're going to get our look at Black Magic, see what we're working with here. Level 1 Fade off the table, but if we promote, it's there. We got Brack, Temper, Lock 2, Bane, the discount spell here. Interesting choice to buy Bane. I guess we're kind of gambling on Lock being available later or just not needing that. But gold -2 bracelets for 52k. That's a lot of scratch.
I'm still tripping over that level 1 black magic shot because it's actually a much more interesting choice than it looks like. Because you got Bane, which is your only AoE out of the gate, but it's not going to be great. You got Brack, which is going to be really good, but only in 2 fights. You got Temper, which is pretty much mandatory. And you got Lock, which if you don't find it here, you're risking it landing in like 7 or 8 later, and you just end up with no casts of it.
I did forget to mention, we could have loose here in Temple of Fiends and Matoya. Basically, because these aren't incentivized locations, it could also be in the waterfall for those out there wanting to know all the particulars of where those loose items could land, which is why our runners are checking these boxes. And coming up with a flame shield, a silver bonk, and a handful of money isn't a bad feeling. You know, that's decent armor already for our fighter to kind of beef up that absorb. Brack I like Brack here on Garland. I mean, Bane's also just as effective, but yeah, you're not wrong. Like, Brack outside of Tia and Kraken, it's not going to have a whole lot of utility, but Bane early on also doesn't feel like it has a lot of utility with having to go into Marsh, having to go into Ice Cave, all the undeads resisting that stone poison element. But we get Chime and Herb out of our royalty. No boat, no canal, so we gotta... Now, would you walk to Elfland, or would you, for the guaranteed check, or would you just go right to Bravoka?
Given that level 1 magic is doo-doo, we gotta go to Provoca. Like we need a functional AoE, especially in a triple melee party, which I suspect is gonna be whittled down in a hurry. But on paper at least, as a triple melee party with a single black caster, we need a functional AoE. We just need it. So gotta go to Provoca.
Here's our quick first divergence as Ganon's Gone Wild plants a safety reset tent here before Matoya. Gonna open here, look for a loose. We got a Where To sword. I think he's gonna keep that. Interesting play. I would have probably reset out of that and just try to pick up the Where sword, when we get the... and get Wildham getting blown up by this little overworld party pack. I don't even know. We don't have a cute name for this group. Imps and Wolves, but... giving Wildham the bad times. Imps with dark, slow. There was lit out there. I think the wolves had lit. And there's something with stun touch, and we're back to Canaria, so Ganon's Gone Wild, not losing any time with that wipe from Wildham.
Baby's first 4-pack. I feel like that's the only name I can come up with that.
The Fisher Price Party?
Yeah, the Fisher Price Party. There we go.
Right. Ganon gonna show us level 2 magic here. And we get cake! Where's Dangwoo? Where's Dangwoo? Hold the cake!
Never mind Dangwoo, where's damage magic?
It was level 1 fade. We just gotta promote and come back. After 15 levels. It's fine. It's fine. This is the finals. We got Ganon's Gone Wild, who... I believe this is his highest... he showed up in Spring Tournament 2020 and did really well for himself. And I think he finished in the top 8. I don't think he made Final 4, but I think he caught, a lot of tough opponents in that bracket run. And Wildham really making a name for himself the past few months, over the past year. He was the reigning Kylo and Iron Goal heavy metal champion at the same time, and there was a chance he could have worn all 3 belts all at once. If he's going to do that now, he's got to win this whole thing and then go beat Goat's Pirate in that Saturday Rank Kylo race. But so he's no slouch. He knows how to navigate a challenging flag set and to sort of adapt and overcome as we get that crystal. So any time advantage that Ganon's Gone Wild picked up from saving that Where sword is Wildham's just going to get it right back once he goes to Matoya as well.
It's always a little bit of a gamble to do the early Matoya, but the early Matoya play kind of in this flag set means that you're rolling the dice on one of 2 options happening. Either A, there's a loose there and you get it and everything's great, or B, you get enough cash there to pick up a vendor item in Provoca without having to do any grinding or anything.
Yeah. And it could be like, I've been burned by early Matoya in my very first spring tournament racing against Lynn the Cat. I scuffed Matoya because I didn't have the crystal, and I was just gambling on Luce not being there, and Luce wasn't there, but an early Maso was. And that gave Lynn the Cat all the advantage he needed to, just trounce me with that melee option, because we were running a goofy force party of 3 thieves and a fighter, and that melee firepower would have been helpful. So Matoya, it's not as cheeky as it looks. It's just quick 3 boxes, but anything could be there. That's my John Madden call of the night.
Yeah, you in order to know what's in the box, you got to open it.
Yep. Here's a guy that likes to open boxes.
So we're 6 minutes in, and at this point, you're kind of trying to figure out what you want to shape this party into. Are you starting to look at making cuts?
I usually let fate decide. I think the thief is valuable in the early game for the running. I think he's valuable throughout the entire game running, but we don't need him around for leveling. Lit 2 Ice 2 is our first damage magic as the Elf Prince wakes up and gives us his ruby. So not the worst, just not the best magic start here.
The more I look at this party, the more I start to look at the thief as mandatory, because we just don't have like any good way through encounters other than running. So we're gonna probably be focused on tiles at some point, which means we don't want to take any fights, so we'll just run from everything, so keep the thief.
I'm sorry about that. I got thrown out of a Discord. It's fine.
I was just rambling. Don't even worry about it.
I didn't even besmirch the thief, but there's the rod for sale. So Ganon didn't check the shop here. So the 15k rod, and Earth is incentivized behind the rod. So that's, I mean, I don't think that's something Ganon's gonna ignore, but Wildham has the information, and a lot of the early strategies in FFR it's an information game. Is everything right now? We're looking for a canal or a canoe. We got to get out of this inner sea. And those are the only ways we're going to do it. Ooh, zombie D's. We don't have the magic to do this. Especially when they got lit 3.
That is a yikes. And this is also probably attempting to dig out the canal.
And I feel like that was unrunnable.
Yep.
So, interesting design choice. This spring tournament compared to last spring tournament, we specifically turned off unrunnable encounters for this very reason. The big B tile, or that's actually just an A side tile, probably the double zombie D.
Yep.
Gating progression, unrunnable script. So it's definitely an edge case, and it's not something you see very often, but it's definitely a big feels bad moment because Ganon's Gone Wild sees that and now has to, hope for better luck for opening boxes, hoping to find something that'll help us overcome that. And Wildham's going to fight it, and we don't have a whole lot we can do. We can pray with Bane. So there's a Lightning 3, now Wildham's got the information. So now, if you're a pessimistic runner, you're probably thinking, ah man, my opponent's not going to see that lit 3. And this is where you start feeling behind.
I see the call in chat for Peninsula Power, and honestly, I'm thinking, I think I would have did that, and I think that ribbon in Marsh Bottom that Ganon's just found is also something I would have faded. So, yep.
You know what's amazing, Fizzle? You mentioned chat. I had the wrong chat up. I thought we were on the Final Fantasy Randomizer Twitch.
Just answer their questions anyway. It'll be great.
I was like, no, there's nobody even here. Are anybody watching this? This is fine. Those people gotta be here. They gotta be hype. No, I was on the wrong channel. I do this a lot. I'm telling you, I am really good at this whole thing.
We would have all joined you eventually, I'm sure.
I don't think that's true. But we got a question from chat from Nicolooch. Just jumped in. What are the bonuses and malices we're working with? We have not talked about that. So our fighter has a fun little bonus of +2 magic defense per level, a defense sword equipable pre-promotion, and -20 HP to start with. So that +2 MDef is super duper good. That's 5 MDef per level. Remarkable. The thief gets an extra 15 agility on top of the 80 he's given, gets the ability to equip the white shirt, which is a really nice gold bracelet, because the gold bracelet's kind of not good, but loses 10 strength. The black belt gets extra vitality, the ability to equip the katana, but has black mage vitality growth. The black mage itself has fighter strength, an extra 20 HP, but loses 10 strength because it still has to be a black mage. And I said all that, and I realized that our illustrious tracker, Rubes000, has put that up on the screen for everybody, so you're welcome.
It's the narrative experience. It just makes it that much better.
This is what happens when we only do one race a year. You guys get all these new toys.
Mhm.
Alright, so Ganon's Gone Wild is going to go back for that ribbon -1. Wildham's going to find that ribbon and think, oh, happy day, I can get through this now.
Mhm.
We'll see what fate has in store. Because Zombie D's can roll up on HP and a little bit on evasion too.
A little bit, as long as we can get in there with, well, I would say Ice 2. Wildham doesn't have it. I wonder if Ganon's Mage has any level 3 charges. Doesn't even have level 3 magic.
Where's Sword put in work, but Zombie D's, if they don't zap you, they're gonna punch you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna see the two runners here, top of the pile of the spring tournament bracket, duking it out in what's not gonna be a jet seed like the other day. So we'll see who can adapt, overcome, and probably just get lucky before the other runner, unless we see some next level big brain plays.
I see Ganon's going for pop grind strats.
Oh, the werewolves with glare wolves.
Yes, we have. We've patched the error in seed generation that led to jet seeds. We had Danny roll this one.
One shot of temper. Lightning 3. 2 hits 170. They got fire behind Lightning 3. Ooh, over 270 HP.
Yeah, it's grind time.
These are some big old boys.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go Marsh top.
Maybe there's a Mazza.
Rube's calling for chunky boys. A little chewy too. And Wildham's no thanks to Marsh top. And Ganon says no thanks to the walk to the pop. So is this tilt we're seeing from our runners? We see lack of commitment to and a lot of pathing here.
I think this is tilt we're seeing. I think we're seeing both runners at the same time going, oh my god, what am I doing? And the answer is so I believe it's Wildham that has the information that these Zombie Ds have a minimum of 270 health. So we've got two options. Either you go do the pop grind, you get some levels, you come back, you mash them. Option B, what I believe Wildham is doing, is we're going to be rolling some dice to get a couple things to go our way. Thing number 1, we need a single Zombie D. Thing number 2, we need the temper to go off before the Black Mage dies. If we can get both of those things in motion, I think that solo fighter can make it through that encounter.
Especially if we can get to the spike tile with all 4 party members up. We had the Fire 3 spiders come in and take out half of Wildham's party, but it looks like we're going to run out and try to save this ribbon as our glare wolves try to take out our Black Mage.
So let's see what the Peninsula Powers got on offer. I believe the Power Cycle got us Giants, which is not quite what we're looking for. Second encounter, Zombol Trolls. Them's quakeable.
Yeah.
But we're passing on them. We modded more Zombols? We want all the Zombols.
Maybe going for Frost Wolves, maybe?
Interesting.
Or just going back to Giants. I'm going to try our luck with Giants. I guess until we get levels for Ice 2. I don't know. Maybe we're just looking for a fight we can kill. Yeah. As the undead here have trance.
They also have blind and slow, so it's just all time wasters all the time.
Kate gonna be slow going on ghouls and zombies.
Yeah. If I recall correctly, zombies weirdly resist Earth, but their magic defense is so trash that
And here
Quake might
comes
get there
the
anyway.
mute. Ooh. And we're just gonna wait as they fog too.
You melee him down, maybe.
These zombies and ghouls are ready for Topher.
Oh! The zombies and ghouls, having debuffed the party, are going for Brack strats.
And now fire too. But fight is up. We have a
Technically, he's the only one
chance.
we need.
We have a chance. Wildham. Oh no. Free turn from the ghoul with the stun on the black mage. 36 damage. Gets rid of it. Wildham. 478 XP. Gets to level 6. And there's our deliverables.
A more intense fight than Lich.
This is where you just pray for that 2 and 256 to just like, I specifically asked for this flag. Wildham closer and closer to getting out. Oh no!
wow.
Oh no, Blaze!
No!
Oh no!
Oh.
I told my wife this might be fast. I don't think that's gonna happen. We're gonna be here a while.
Oh.
One step from the exit. I'm
man.
sorry, Wildham.
And Wildham now going for the do the pop grind option.
Mm-hmm.
Ganons has been here a little bit, and it looks like we've settled on grinding on giants. Not great, not terrible. Question chat, but why not check top Marsh while you're there? Answer, every encounter in Marsh.
Yeah, it's if you find something there, leaving becomes a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you find anything that's remotely tempting to walk out of that, you could sink so much time.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to walk that whatever it was you found out of there, unless it's something that's really going to change the game, like a light axe. I think would be really good to find. Maybe even like a mage stick, but you know,
I think we're looking for like ice sword or higher.
Yeah. Big difference here, Wildham approaching the pop grind, is he did do his item shopping in Elfland, so was able to buy a house that we just used. But
So what level? I believe so. Ganons is headed south. Level are we at? Level 9 across the board, except well, the black mage went down. We're probably gonna go to the store and buy a new one of those.
54 tents in Wildham's inventory. And yeah, it's fascinating because the play to pick up Brack or Bane is now a lot of implications on being able to wipe out these trash mobs here on the peninsula.
Unless there was something that Zombies and Trolls had that I missed, hitting them with Quake, I think, is a perfectly reasonable additional encounter. Unless one of them, either they rolled some kind of dumb skill or they rolled like massive melee, which is why we're gonna avoid them for now.
Yeah, I don't know if we even took the fight long enough to see the skill set. Bane and Kaizoku's. Where was this grind in vanilla?
Right?
Yep, just taking those giants right off the hard reset. That's good enough for Wildham. Wonder what we'll do when we run out of spell charges, though. I think Ganon thinks he's done enough. As Wildham picks up level 8 for his party. Wildham used his house on the way to the pop grind, Wef Jebster.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah. So this is, again, the information game.
Mm-hmm.
So Wildham knows there's... We don't think Ganon has seen the Undead pack. So,
I don't think so, and I don't think he's seen shadows either.
And we gotta go back for that ribbon, so it's more steps we gotta take. So it kind of explains the plan of attack that Wildham had of trying to get the ribbon and walk out, so it's fewer steps that we have to take on this floor.
Yep.
To try and route out some of the nasty, because Ganon's about to see it in about the next encounter, I think. The next encounter after the ribbon's the gross one with the spiders, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or arachnids.
Once
As
again,
Wildham.
a dandy seed with bad spiders.
Bane's 3 out of 4 giants. I do like that Ganon has Lit 2 versus Ice 2. Lit 2 has a little more utility to Ice 2's higher damage rolls. A little more utility in that fewer things resist lightning compared to ice. Every undead enemy in the game resists ice, and that's the enemies that are giving us a hard time right now. So,
and unlike Ice 3, Ice 2 doesn't quite have enough base power to just bully all the undead in here anyway.
And there's level 10 across the board for Wildham. And we got the one zombie D.
And we get a melee only round 1.
2 hits, 40 damage though. Gonna need those crits.
A second melee only turn. This is what Ganon's needs.
Ganon's through, so that's about 400 damage to take out that zombie D for our adamant. Now, can he escape? Because it looks like Wildham is coming back, and here come the glare wolves. Where's Sonny Wrath? Because this is 100% feels badament. They got stone poison too? Oh no!
Yeah,
this Marsh is doing its best to beat Topher.
Yeah, this Marsh is the final boss. The whole rest of the seed is just easy cruising.
Alright.
We've also found pretty much every unrunnable in the game in the inner sea, in this general area.
Ganon not out of the woods yet. We know that the Blaze shadows are waiting on the next level. There's the zombie ghoul status, and here's the status effect party. They're gonna whittle you down until Fire 2 comes out. And not having any sort of AoE here is just brutal. One at a time. Swingy, swingy. Here's a heal, just a slight, and I know Ganon is like a very passionate runner, so you know that he's not. He's probably everything he can to not just let this tilt the crap out of him.
Yeah. This is definitely an emotional endurance run.
And there's the trance. And now we wait. As the crab cakes, you know, that fixed damage or that fixed battle RNG is kind of coming in handy for sure here.
Mm-hmm.
And Wildham gets the double zombie D, opening lightning 3 before we can get the temper off. But Black Mage is on the heal pot strategy. So we don't know what exists beyond fire in their spell script.
I think we're about to find out. There's Rub.
Rub. Okay. Fire 2. Yeah, I feel like once you see that lightning 3, you'd rather see the spells than punches.
Yep.
Sleep. Fire 2. And there's the blaze shadows.
Oh, and he runs first action.
And Ganon is out with the adamant. So 28 minutes in, how do you feel if your Ganon's gone wild?
I feel like I am 56 minutes behind. Because there's, like, I did a pop grind I didn't want to do. I've wiped 10 million times in Marsh that I didn't want to do. And I'm finally out. And there's just the idea in the back of your mind that my opponent got to that zombie D tile. It did what it did to me when I was there. It ignored its lightning 3 and just did a couple melee strikes.
On its canoe. What are the rivers gonna have? Oh no. Because we could be forced into an ice cave to get out of this NRC.
Sure could, but I mean, I question, can Ice Cave be worse?
Yes. You gotta believe. You gotta believe in yourself.
Can it really?
And Wildham catches double zombie Ds again. You get a melee? We get a melee.
Okay.
And we're gonna get maybe a second temper off? Oh, we got a second temper off! And there's the lightning 3. Zombie Ds immediately course correcting, taking out the Black Mage. It's a solid strategy from the Zombie Ds. I mean, you got to take out that Black Caster as soon as possible. Yep. It's just a threat being able to buff up that fighter. So now Ganon's going to find the rod here for sale, not have the money to get it.
That's got to be the most infuriating thing. It's half an hour in. You've done all you can to get in and out of Marsh, and you get to the store to buy your rod, and you've got like $5 in some lint.
So Wildham through the Zombie D fight gets to level 13 on the fighter. That throws him over 300 HP. Now he's got to make the heavy breathing sprint out of here.
Now we know that if we get to, like, we should know what floor that undead pack was on. Do you start encounter manipulating?
Well, it's on both floors.
It is, but if we trigger the encounter back on the 3rd floor and then move to this floor, you won't see that zombie encounter.
But it could be the glare wolves or the gross fire 3 spiders. There's a lot of bad things that it could be. Okay. So, Ganon gonna get the Crescent Lake item. And then we have all the Volcano for a loose or the Ice Dive. So if this is not Canal, because I mean, as soon as we get the Canal, we've got the Rod, we got the Ruby, at least we can clear Melmond.
Right.
You know, this might, if, you know, I dare say we could get lucky and have this be like the slab. So it's just all the things that we can do on Melmond. Oh my god! Oh my god, I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket.
And Wildham's out. Wildham is out right around 3 minutes behind.
All right.
By the way, the Shadows had Thunder after Blaze.
Somebody call Papa John's. We got ourselves a race. And I swear it feels like their sprites are moving faster now. Like they're actually sprinting to get out of here. So the early volcano play paid off for Ganon. Race 1, we're coming back. But I mean, we could also, we're checking spike tiles here. We got a lot of free boxes. We need money for that rod. I like this play. I still think progression's going to be in Ice Cave.
Yeah, I'm thinking Volcano's the worst. Let's go do Ice. There's a katana that apparently
that
our
makes
black
her...
belt can equip.
You missed my speech about the blessings and curses and malices.
There was a lot of words in it. I forgot some of them.
I mean, listening's hard to do. I get it.
Yeah.
But that makes our black belt way more viable now. Like solo grind, if we find something that's not a scary zombie D, for instance. And something if we want to promote and throw the black belt on the ground, something for our ninja to swing around. And there's all the money in the world we could possibly want in the armory. Holy crap. It just keeps... And a Bane hat.
Okay, I don't hate it.
And there they are. You guys are supposed to be a Marsh cave. Flame -1 armor is pretty good too. Way better than wood +4. Question from chat from Scotty297. What does black belt lose on promotion again? It loses MDef growth. So as a black belt, it gains 4 MDef per level. As a master, it gains 1 MDef per level, which is negligible if you find a ribbon for it. And you want to buy bracelets for it, because if you just put a ribbon on master, it's just going to have a whopping 1 absorb as opposed to the absorb of its level count. So Ganon checks the armory, checks the spike tiles, and just the first 2 boxes in the hairpins, and is out and on his way to Ice as Wildham sniffing around right behind him, going into Crescent Lake, going to pick up his slab. But first, some EXPs.
If Wildham bypasses Volcano and goes straight for Ice, that would be a good way to catch up quite a bit of time. However, I am not so insensitive as to think that Wildham isn't thinking about, I gotta do Volcano no matter what, because oh my god, what if the thingy is there again? So like, if I see an armory dive, I will understand it, but I'll be rooting against it.
Follow-up question, does it gain anything in return? It gains the self-respect of promoting and not relying on crutch MDef. No, in all seriousness, it doesn't gain anything by promotion. It, if anything, it's one of those things you have to juggle when you have a black belt that gains nothing from promotion mixed with melee classes that gain so much from promotion. So it's a risk versus reward. And we got Sphinxes. They're kind of gross.
I can't help but notice that Wildham has left the town and that black belt's still face down.
I think we see it. There's a commitment here from Wildham. It may change when we pick up the katana, but I think we're committed here. And there's a bunch of waters and just a little bit of money. Cheeky little check for Ganon.
Bypassing the 6th chest room, I wonder if paranoia is starting to take hold.
Yeah, I mean, probably. Opal +1's good consolation shield. There's the katana +4, and Wildham double checking that box is empty is going to go to the rest of the hairpins. Ooh, money. Boring. And the TNT. Go back to dwarves, Ganon. Wildham finds a house. So nothing doing here in the long hairpins. Maybe the little short switchback above the armory will carry something.
This seed is the Tilt-O-Matic because, like, you know there's going to be a not insignificant amount of teeth grinding the whole walking path from Ice back to dwarves. Like,
yeah, there's no fast way to get back without the airship.
Yeah.
And Wildham, I mean, checking these boxes in Armory, seems like a little comfortable. We've got decent-ish levels on the fighter. It's level 14 now, level 11 for everyone else. You know, we have the committed party of Thief, and there's a second Opal Shield, so Vendor Shield. And so no other loose here, so the sword does not swing the other way for Wildham unless he goes the Agma floor.
Mhm.
He's not going to go the Agma floor. There's no way he goes the Agma floor.
With the
Or
black belt
is
face
there?
down, I think I have to agree we're not going down to Agama floor. I don't think we'd go down there unless we thought we could take carry, and maybe we could have done it if we could have swung the katana we opened.
Our tracker Rube's calling for TNT to crown to canal. That would be fun. I mean, we've got the herb, we've got the crystal. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, it's about all it could be, unless it was key, crown to key, and then canal's loose somewhere,
Mhm.
and a key lock. It wouldn't be key lock Marsh, but it could be, you know, key lock Topher behind, just behind another grow spike tile. That's very low odds though. So Wildham with the full floor armory clear. Now heading to ice. As Ganon's making his way.
Sort of. You're running into unrunnable Kaizoku's just like, nah, you're making progress. Quit it.
Alright. TNT, what's it gonna be? We woke up our black belt. To the crown! Rubes, we're gonna open up a psychic medium shop. For making all the bad calls.
The Center for Competitive Fortune Telling.
As that's a big pile of fish. That's one big pile of fish. Let's see what Astos does for us.
Alright, Astos, what are you hanging on to? The floater.
Floater. Boring.
But you can't speedboat over there, you gotta slow paddle over to it. And that throws the canal out into the wild, so now there's a whammy incentive somewhere.
Yeah, canal could still be loose in sea. Or down here in Wildham. Oh no, Wildham's going to Agama.
Oh no.
I think the only way that this doesn't bleed time for Wildham is both loose being on the Agama floor, so he at least has the information that he can just go.
Or at least the good loose on the Agama floor.
Mm-hmm. But there's the 40-minute floater, which is, you know, feels like it's on par with what it usually is. It's just, you usually expect to get it sometime outside of the inner sea.
Yeah, you just don't expect to waste 30 minutes getting your 40-minute floater.
Now, Bert Reynolds in chat saying that canal must be loose in inner sea. I've found canal outside of the inner sea before, though.
Correct. It's not guaranteed. With the change to how loose items are distributed, with the predictive unsafe, I think it is, ship and canal are no longer guaranteed to be in the inner sea.
Yeah. So we'll see when Ganon's Gone Wild flies to. Oh, there's a second ribbon for Wildham. That's a pretty good find.
That's not nothing.
Now, if Sarda gives us the canal, let's see. Oh, it's still loot. All right, we're running out of boxes for Wildham's Double Loose and Volcano Play to pay out, but this is the way the rando works.
There's 2 chests in the Agama room. It's fine.
So, I guess loose could also be in Titans. But let's see what these earth tiles got for us. And that's a big old waterfall
Ooh.
pack.
Mhm.
And a
Ooh.
phantom.
Not the eye you want
grinding
to
that.
see.
That's the wrong color sprite. Alright, so if there's a lucent volcano, it's only one, and it's going to be here on the red D box.
I believe.
Red D's squishier, much squishier than their zombie counterparts.
So, the top floor grind tiles in Earth are a bust, but Ganon is going to clear the rest of this anyway. I wonder if we're going to do a grind tile check on 4th floor. I wonder if we're that desperate to find something to grind a black belt on.
I mean, maybe. I mean, we also have a quick encounter off the hard reset, so with Floater, I mean, all four of the desert zones are viable to check. And it's Agama on the red D tile, so there's your solo grind, provided the Agama is scriptless.
Right. I
mean, it's the way they used to do it.
Yeah, but we didn't used to do it in that room.
This is true. But there were Frosties on the Agama tile, so if we wanted to go back, I mean, the Frosties could be viable as well. Alright, we're going to go for the carry kill. And there's the defense sword, harm 3 sword -2. So that's not a bad weapon for the fighter. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Let's try some fast strats on, I believe it was going to be the black belt. No, it was on the fighter. Combined under 100 damage out of that first round. Gonna try some more fast strats. 6 hits for 140 something. Fast goes off. Here comes Ink. Ink's gonna do Ink things. Katana strike. 5 hits 376. Okay, we're doing alright. We're gonna continue tempering that katana. Carry continues to Ink helplessly. Temper goes off. Fighter swing. 6 hits 191. Gets in before the katana does.
That carry's is nowhere near as scary as that Marsh cave. As Wildham first one to light an orb, but still pretty far behind. Got to do that whole ice cave as Ganon picks up his bottle from Earth Cave here. So that's our Earth incentive.
Question chat, did Ganon's equip katana? Yes, both of our runners are currently using the katana looted out of Volcano Armory.
And as of right now, the biggest gear advantage is Wildham's second ribbon, but with a sizable time lead here, having not done the full clear of the volcano. And they're going to try to light his first orb here, see if Lich is going to live up to his namesake and just be a speed bump.
Alright, Lich, what do you got going on today? We're gonna wait, we're gonna swing, and we're gonna fast the katana. 3 hits 118 out of the katana, fast goes off after the nick of time. Helpless melee out of Lich, can't even do sizable damage to a black mage. Here, have some birthday cake. Oop, Lich is not ready for his birthday celebration just yet. 6 hits for 325, might change his mind, he's gonna hug the thief. He's a carrying fiend like that. 6 hits 193, down goes Lich.
I would want to hug the person that brought me cake. You know, I know that technically it's the black mage that brought it, but the thief's up front. He's in my hand. He's the first one in line.
Yeah. You got to go down the hug order, right?
Yeah. At least that's what Kraken does, right? So Ganon lights his first orb here, right at the 46-minute mark. Gonna pop into Melon, check out level 5 magic, and translate our slab. Spout Punk and a Blue D.
Ooh, we're gonna take this fight. A little adventurous. Incoming melee tags the thief. doesn't quite take it down. We're gonna try run, fight, fight, run strats. Thief goes down. Not a whole lot of good melee damage, but we're this far in. We might as well go the rest of the distance. 2 hits, 234. That's a big blue D.
Somebody call Rafe.
We
get
got
one.
the fighter to 15. We don't need that thief anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, it's outlived its effectiveness for sure. So nothing doing in the 6-pack.
It was really
Blue
rooting
D was
for sword to
Blue
be
D
in
was very chewy.
And I missed what bottle.
The bottle turned into the cube.
Okay.
So we are Axial in key from Go mode as we got the loot from Sarda. See how kind these Lithinians are playing with the Ganon. Yeah, just right out of his way. There's our power bonk. So.
Yep.
Not required, but it's a nice to have.
With this party, I think it's borderline required.
Yeah, I mean level 1 temper. And Wildham gets the sad news about the TNT.
Time for more fetch. Let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna do ordeals. I would have loved to see a cheeky Sky play. We got the level 1 Brackbane. We have decent-ish melee. We've got the chime. We've got the cube. We know that there's an incentive item there.
I wonder if we are desperate for the tail first, so that when we end up doing Sky, we can get levels out of it to get some temper charges on the ninja.
Maybe. I don't know if we checked level 2 white. I know level 1 had fade, but I don't know if we checked level 2 or 3 white magic for that night upon promotion.
Feel like we did, but I don't remember what it was. I don't remember there being anything notable.
Oh, Davis in chat's calling for level 3 has life, so yeah, you might be onto something. We might be hunting for tail, but when tail's in Sky, all the bad feels.
That's fine, we can get levels out of sea.
Or the desert grind. We saw the northwest tile being 4 rank low, which is not viable, but there's 3 other tiles to check. I think we saw frost wolves in northeast though when we parked for Lefane, so it's just the southern tiles we gotta check. But there's slimes, but not a whole lot we can do with that. So 10 minutes later, Wildham's gonna pick up his floater here. Eventually, once we turn in the ground. So it's our friend the zombie D.
Yeah.
Still just as terrifying though. And there it is, Lightning 3 ripping through, but a little more in-depth this time. And there's our key. So we are Axial away from Go mode. And we've got Sky and Waterfall to check.
And I believe
Opposite
both
directions.
still in the wind. And
so
yeah.
So it's likely that obviously the Axial can't be in Sea Shrine, so it's likely that our tail or defense sword is there. But our canal's still out there. What else is still out there? Why is my brain not working? Dark Twinge calling for both Loose and Titans. I mean, that would be a spicy check. We've had that Ruby for a long time. Roostick, thank you. Thank you, Rubes. So, only one item required, 2 Loose to go, 2 incentive checks to make. So none of the desert spike tiles first encounter are worth the grind as Ganon continues flying around. Wildham making the air check's gonna get his loot. We're gonna check Keylok Topher.
I saw chat mentioning that Ganon was probably thinking of converting over to fighter and just ditching the black belt, but this feels maybe this is indecision. Maybe this is just kind of
Here comes the Titan. So if you had Feed the Titan on your bingo card, go ahead and cash that in. Ice plus 3 shields, pretty good. That's that's in-game armor. And there's Loose Tail.
Okay.
And a Sun Sword. And a Heal 2 hammer. And an Eye Grind.
Oh, okay. That's big.
You just had to make it to Northwest. And mages.
And things that are not eyes. But also things that are not going to whittle down our party.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could just fly down to Marsh real quick. That'll thin out our party in a hurry.
Yeah. Alright, so Wildham making his way through Earth, Ganon's gone wild, cleaning up his grind, and I've just got one thing to ask you, Fizzle.
Mm-hmm.
What's for dinner tonight, man?
Mac and cheese and hot dogs, because I'm saving up for traveling.
That's fair.
Got them Bar S hot dogs. They're technically food.
Oh, woof. I'm not usually one to judge a man's dinner, but Bar S hot dogs. There's a bar for hot dogs. They are clearly below it. Oh, Wildham gave up on, or I'm sorry, Ganon gave up on the grind and is going to the volcano.
Interesting.
What are you doing?
I think we're just gonna rip through Carrie real quick, and with the hope that Carrie is gonna take down some of our party, and then we take like the remnants back to the eye grind. I think that's what this is.
Yeah. I mean, especially folding the lava tiles into play. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Are we gonna open all the boxes though? And Shaka 2099. I haven't had Bar S's quarter-pound hot dogs. I've had better hot dogs, and I wasn't trying to yuck anybody's yum.
No, it's fine. I am strangely compelled by their garbage quality.
Yeah, the only hot dogs I really can't do are Ballpark. Like I grew up eating them, and they bum me out.
Mm-hmm. There's something in there that doesn't belong.
Ganon, in his expeditious dive, skips the ribbon, and I don't think we checked these boxes for Ganon either. And Ice plus 3 armor goes to Wildham.
So we got armor for our eventual Knight and Ninja combo.
Cheesenator in chat, speaking my love language, the Chicago-style dog dragged through the garden is the bee's knees. Like, oh. I don't live near Chicago, so the only way I can get them is if I go to Shake Shack and get them. And I'm always torn when I'm at Shake Shack because I love their Shack burger.
Mm-hmm.
But it's my favorite like fast food burger.
Well, for me, that's In-N-Out.
In-N-Out's overrated.
You're overrated.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't do this anymore.
No, if if I want a real burger, there are places I can go to get a real burger. But if I want a burger from a drive-through, I would be hard pressed to get something better quality than In-N-Out.
Yeah, see, Shake Shack doesn't have a drive-through. You got to go inside and stick around for it. As
I got
Ganon's
things to
gonna
do.
just let the volcano melt his people. Greggly Puff with the Five Guys. I do like Five Guys.
I've
Five
never been to a
Guys.
Five Guys.
Five Guys is just like a gut bomb for me though. Like I love it. It's so good. Like it's just good quality beef on a burger that's made right there for you. You get to build it up any way you want, but they hit so much harder and heavier for me than the Shake Shack. The Shake Shack burger, it comes on that Martin's potato roll, built-in bun hinge, and just love it. I love it so much. I don't eat it all that often either. I usually just make my own burgers at home, but
yeah, when I feel like garbage and I'm on the clock, I have a Carl's Jr. near me. I get their jalapeno burger, and as long as there's enough time remaining in the day, like, I don't regret it. But if I eat it too late at night, like, I just get huge intestinal pain the next morning. It's bleh.
that's a bummer.
Yeah.
So Ganon's gone back to poke this eye and gets pretty good eye luck there with the eye punching down the fighter and then taking out the black mage. Only took one fight of XP from the black belt, and it's party time for Ganon as Wildham gonna check the caravan and continue heading to Gaia Lafane.
So, your Ganon's gone wild. You are grinding your black belt in your party that has, for all intents and purposes, no real support. What level are you stopping at?
Oh, 42.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason not to. 42, you wake everyone else up, and you go promote, and then you just let everybody else pick up spell charges along the way. You got the fighter becomes basically your cleric, you know, with the life and the fade support. You get a second temper caster and fast caster out of the thief. So at that point, you have a serviceable party.
Does the decision change knowing you just spent like 25 minutes like spinning your wheels trying to get through an impossible marsh cave?
I think if anything, it reinforces the decision to stick with the grind. You know, like you've wasted enough time. Why be cheeky and try to cut corners in Topher when you know, like, at any minute it could just blow up in your face. Now they talk about Whataburger. Whataburger is based out of Texas, but it's all popular through the South. I had Whataburger recently when I was in Florida, and it's pretty good, but they're not local to me, so I don't need to go there.
A few years ago, I went to the one in San Antonio, and I gotta say, I was not impressed. It was incredibly average for what I paid for it.
Yeah, it's much better than like your big fast food burgers, like your McDonald's, your Burger Kings, things of that nature. But it falls down compared to the other, like the fast casual Five Guys, Big Shack. We have a thing out here. I don't know how. I know it's a chain. I don't know how spread they are called. The Burger Joint or BGR. I like them a lot too. They do like Burger of the Month kind of thing, and they had one that was like a chili mac burger, or it was like chili with like Frito. It was basically like a Frito pie on a cheeseburger. It's so good. Or they have like a Mexican burger where they put like the guacamole, the pepper jack, and the onion straws on it. It's real good. As Wildham is in Sky.
I like it. Let's do it. It looks like we're going for 3-man fighter, black belt, black mage. That's a combination.
Can't hold anything back. We're the finals.
Yeah.
Culver's has entered the chat. The Butterburger. I've never been to Culver's. I've seen it whenever I visit the South. They're like the Zaxby's of burger joints, but I did have Zaxby's my most recent time in the South. And Zaxby's, I like it. I don't like it as much as Popeyes, but I like it. It's way better than Bojangles. Hot takes. There's Thunder. Papa John's did call him in. Bees.
Bees.
I'll disagree with my my buddy from the Center for Competitive Forfeiting. I wasn't crazy about Bojangles biscuits. Nope, not for me. I need that Popeyes biscuit in a gallon of water.
Our town is blessed to have a KFC and a Popeyes. They're both awful, but they serve different awful needs.
Oh, Popeye's chicken sandwich though is like chef's kiss. That spicy chicken sandwich.
Alright, that is pretty good.
Yeah. Ganon's Gone Wild's black belt grind he's just destroying these eyes. 8 hits, 780 damage, like at level 33, now 34. Feels just that's like there's a catharsis to each one of those like punches. Oh.
Taking your aggression out on the seed one punch at a time.
I've never held an A button so hard in my life. Oh, Graggly Puff coming in with the Red Lobster biscuits. This is where I'll attract the ire of chat. I don't like Red Lobster's biscuits. I think they're overrated and they make my stomach hurt. Like it's a weird gut bomb. They get all like weird and doughy.
Get your pitchforks, get them.
Yeah, get me, come on. I make pretty good biscuits at home, and there's a ruse stick.
We're gonna need that because we lost our black mage.
That canal is probably incentivized in Earth.
Oh.
Or incentivized in sea, rather.
Oh boy. Question in chat, did Fizzle crap all over Popeyes? Ours just isn't good. Like the chicken is super dry. You go through the drive-through, it takes like half an hour. Like
a marsh cave.
They want me to like them, do better.
Yeah, that's the thing with like fast foods. Like there's it really is like chain location or franchise location specific.
Yep.
Like the McDonald's here around me are awesome. Like I have a hard time besmirching McDonald's because the ones by me, like, they do it really well. It still tastes like McDonald's, but it's never a bad experience. Now when I go back to like Pennsylvania where I grew up, like those McDonald's are not good, and they are just like there's the absence of love is in that kitchen, and it's just a bummer. It's just like, because once you've had like decent fast food from a place, like, you know that it's possible, and every other time you go and you don't get at least decent and it's bad, it's just like, it feels bad, like a unrunnable air pack on your way to Tia.
Ganon says abandoned the grind at 41. Gonna go to the party member store real quick. Wildham using the ruse stick in the air encounter. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I mean, we got to get through this fight.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're going to do it. We're going to get through it. I mean, we got a black belt swinging that katana. I think Fighter's still swinging that Wear +2 sword, making it work. 22-20 across the board, and Ganon's Gone Wild's party is now fully online. We're just a promotion away, but maybe not, because we invested in gold -2 bracelets. But here we go, Bridge of Destiny, Wildham going for that third orb. If he doesn't stop to grind, I mean, we have a real race here.
Yeah.
Ganon committed a lot of time to that eye grind. Chat talking about honorable errors in Speed Gaming Live. I don't think I was on the comms team for that one, but maybe. I don't know. My life is a blur.
I feel that so much right now.
More unrunnable errors for Wildham as he's struggling to catch his breath here. And Ganon is headed off to Mirage, hoping that his Oxyale's there. But it's likely going to be in the waterfall. Or loose in Cardia, because at this point, where else could it be? Oh, that's a big reset for Ganon. I mean, not a total massive time loss, but definitely about 30 seconds are enough to tilt you. Like, to be up here and then reset back to Canary is just heavy sigh in bold.
And the unrunnables continue on this Bridge of Destiny. Oh man.
I mean, this is the walking grind for Wildham to make up for not having the air grind, or the eye grind rather.
Pretty much.
We have not seen a check of Dwarf locked, so it could be there as well. And we haven't seen top right TOF either.
4 hits, 100 damage out of the katana. Tia opening with Fire 2 ain't doing much. We're gonna go with bonk strats on the fighter. 4 hits, 234. This katana's doing work. As Wildham switches over to total offense. 4 hits, 236 out of the katana. Here comes slow. It tags the black belt. 4 hits, 4 damage. Thanks, War Sword. Sleep 2 isn't gonna get us anywhere. 1 hit, 1 damage. Thanks, katana. And we're back to bonk strats. 1 hit, 1 damage. Boy, don't slow down a katana. It just doesn't do anything. 4 hits, 142 out of the fighter. 1 hit, 1 damage. Poison touch out of Tia, but I don't think we're terribly concerned with that. 4 hits, 183 out of the fighter. More sad times out of the black belt. We need a little bit more damage. 4 hits, 171 gets us there. Tia is down. We got our 3rd orb.
Low rolls for Tia's HP is Ganon's going to get his Rue Stick here and just feel bad about that waterfall check, especially if that waterfall gives us the canal. But Wildham still has ordeals to do to get the key. Wildham, you gotta go ordeals the other way. Oh, we're gonna check. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we don't need a Procade.
That's fine. There's 52k in a box in that gold -2 bracelet. I'm pretty sure both. No, Ganon's in here on a different encounter table, so we might see Robot Friend. Because I don't think Wildham saw Whizvamps on the Sky Maze.
I don't think he saw this party either.
But Wildham was taking a few more fights. Because he was checking on a few more boxes along the way. Here we go. Alright. 1 Cardia to go. And there's confirmation that it's waterfall or key locks for Wildham.
Yep.
Or, I mean, there's ordeals. Wildham, there's also ordeals.
It's key locks. It's key locks or waterfall.
I mean, if waterfall is Oxiel, then both loose are not required, so I don't know who that benefits. Because Wildham has spent a lot more time digging for loose, while Ganon has found a loose and is half of that information. But if Wildham gets Oxiel here in Waterfall, we got a foot race that Ganon's is still in the lead with because the ordeals play, but yeah.
Well, I guess that's the question. If Wildham gets Oxiel out of Waterfall and gets not the key out of the loose in Waterfall, do you just bet everything on ordeals and just gun it through C? Or do you start full clearing?
Yeah, so that's a perfectly phrased question to make you feel as bad as possible. I think if it were me, I'd gamble on ordeals. Yeah. But I also would have gone to ordeals before hitting Cardia.
Yeah.
So that makes me worried that Wildham maybe forgot about ordeals. Burt Reynolds asking the big questions. Is this race going to take twice as long as the last race? We're not far from that.
Yeah.
We are 18 minutes away, or just about. Ice -1, and there's our robot with the Oxyale. So there's our go mode for Ganon, and the bad times for Wildham to go mode Ice or C and go to Ordeals. Got some decisions to make, as we are now fully synced back up with this red D fight. It's crazy how FFR does that. And Wildham with just a fighter and black belt. I mean, obviously we'll pick back up who we want in Onrak. But Onrak might be the last town we check if that item shop's good. Make your final preparations for Topher. Now, do you promote just to get at least one shot of life on that fighter?
If I think I'm in easy striking distance of one of those odd level ups, I think I would. If I just leveled into like an even level, I would probably just say, never mind, I gotta go.
Yeah. I mean, Topher being the great equalizer, we got Garth Pete's with crack. That's gross, but I think the only Topher mob that we've seen with anything on it is that Zombie D, which is only on like 2 floors, so... Granted, it could be 4 of them, unrunnable with Lightning 3, which is a major resource drain.
There'd also be 2 of them with 3 whiz vamps on several floors.
This is true. And that item shop is everything we need. Alright, well, we're going to get the answer to that question if Wildham's going to open any boxes. I have a feeling we might see greed boxes checked along the way, but...
Because there's still a 3rd ribbon out in the wild somewhere, and I...
Oh, what? Wildham? Did Wildham reset? How did he lose the Oxyale?
I wonder if he mucked up using the tent after coming out. Like, used the tent, restored the health, but didn't save, and then mashed reset, and then was still in the same spot.
Well, that feels real bad. So now, that's a bummer, because now Ganon's got at least like 2 like Topher wipes on Wildham, because Wildham still has to go to Ordeals, and yeah, that feels really bad. You hate to see it.
I think Danny's seed is not done revealing its horrors to us just yet. I think there's going to be some massive roadblock boss in there.
I mean, Ganon does only have the 1 ribbon, albeit the fighter has really good MDef. And we're gonna Dangwoo. I thought we were gonna Dangwoo fish. Throwing cakes at the Red D, that's not gonna work. Red D's got wings. However, Bane, Brack, just as effective on a Red D as it is TO1. And there's Ganon pulling Kraken.
See what kind of fight we got here. We're gonna go double weight, fast and fight. Kraken sees the black belt, immediately starts inking in terror. 8 hits, 817. Kraken manages to survive round 1. Fast goes off after the nick of time, as is tradition. 17 hits, 1,920 damage. That fine paste in the crater is where Kraken used to be. We got 4 orbs, let's go.
Oh, yucky. As Wildham makes his way out of the waterfall for the second time on the Feels Bad parade.
Mhm.
And that poor canal will just live in a box somewhere.
In my headcanon, it's in dwarves. It's Narek that, like, you hand him the TNT, and he's just like, "Oh, you're the king now," and then he's just sitting there with the TNT,
Well,
and then he lights it, throws it in a box.
we've got the roost stick, we got the saber bonk. What are we missing? Because there's a C incentive. There's not
No,
a C
there isn't.
incentive. No, don't mind me. I've been drinking water over here.
Yeah.
I've played these flags a lot. I haven't. I like the idea of canal being loose in sea, because it's so literal. I found a canal on a box underwater. Well, of course you did. It's probably between 2 boxes. It's a very small canal.
Mhm.
And it would make sense it would be on the mermaid floor, because that's like the floor that's above water, right?
Yeah. I just love the explanation of it. It's just like, I found a canal in a box. Well, how do you know? Well, the box was full of water. Well, everything's full of water. We're underwater.
And Wildham can open boxes. Because we don't have the key.
Oh.
Hey!
Well, alright then. Except he doesn't have the loose
Hooray.
tail, so I think he's gonna maybe open more boxes.
Yeah. As Ganon's Gone Wild dealing with frosty darks.
Mm-hmm. They're edgy.
They're
Edgy
chocolatey.
frosties.
They're chocolate frost. They're chocolatey frosties. Begging to have your French fries dipped in them.
I've never dipped my French fries in chocolate, and I'm wondering if I'm sane or if I'm missing out.
It's specifically like Frosties. Because it's like the Frosties like that. It's a weird milkshake, not a milkshake, but it's also ice cream. As Wildham's going to open up all the boxes here on Sharknado. Alright, Ganon pulling up on Lich. Nothing gross so far.
Alright, Speed Bump Mark II. What fun candy-coated surprises do you have in store for us? Terrible melee. 3 hits, 32, and a punch. Or I'm not counting that high damage. There goes Speed Bump 2.
Your Agama grind to go has showed up. 7 Agamas and 2 fights.
Alright, time for the first real boss. Carry 2.
Oh,
Ooh,
problems.
Alright. No more Black Mage. That's an issue. 834 damage. Carry still there. 5 hits, 234. Carry not there.
Alright, so the calculus changes now.
Yep.
With the fast off the table. We have a couple meat shields. We got a roost stick. We got a saber bonk. And these Wissahags with fire 3 just ripping in to Ganon's party. And
half of our meat shields are offline.
And Cremate's going to take care of the other one. And so Wissahags, living up to their namesake, They're wizards. And it's time to ribbon and pro ring and crappy gold bracelet.
Fire hose,
time.
heal pods.
Our theater jewelry. So it's black belt man mode time. Let's see what that crack can do. Double checking all of our stuff. Oh,
6 hits, 488. First turn, first strike. Second strike, 4 hits, 353. The black belt is down on one knee. Kraken Inks gives us a free turn. We get to evasion cap. Let's try punch. 6 hits, 500. Kraken there. Inferno comes in. We are down to sub 50. Blizzard takes us to 10. Are we gonna make it? 7 hits, 543. Made it. Not
now
even close.
Now we only have 52 heal pots. Fizzle.
Uh-oh.
Did he take a page out of your book? And no, he definitely came in here with full heal pots, but
I'm pretty sure he came in here with full heal pots. It's just we've eaten so much damage out of AoE.
I'm not even scared. Not even worried a little bit.
No, this is how it's supposed to look.
And meanwhile, there's another man mode Kraken fight on Wildham's side. And there's Iron Gulls with Squint. Just doing the full-on inspection of that black belt. Let's see what that Tia might do.
Bottom slot seems fun. We're gonna do ruse strats. First ruse goes off. Incoming melee 254. Here comes the fire 3 for an additional 50 damage. Our second ruse goes off. We're gonna go straight punching. 8 hits, 785. That seems decent. Crit gets through our 2 stacks for an additional 200 damage. We made it through, but this has taken a toll on our heal pots.
I don't even know if we can heal up to full. Yeah, we can.
I think we can. Yeah.
We have like 12 steps to go.
Yeah.
And we're through.
Oh.
Alright. Let's see what that chaos do.
Alright, Chaos, what do you got for us? Step 1 ruse. Melee gets through first for 216. The ruse goes off. Second melee strike misses. Second ruse goes off. Third ruse? Alright. Chaos does lightning too. That's not the kind of spells we want to see. What's the time for? It's bonk time. Melee's gonna keep on and missing. There's a single bonk. Let's go. 7 hits, 298. That is a dense Chaos. 8 hits, 531. We're still making progress, but this is not the kind of numbers you want to see out of a 40-something black belt. 531, we're still going. Is this an RNG loop? It sure is.
Looks like it. Don't let go of that A button.
Yeah. We didn't let go of the A button, and we got there. Gan's Gone Wild finishes in first place with official race time, GG time, 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 14 seconds.
As Wildham finds the third ribbon and gives his GGs to Ganon in the race room. Well, we now have Wildham up against the wall for Game 3. And we got Ganon in here with us. GG, Ganon.
GG.
Please, no more.
How about that Marsh Cave, though, man?
It was the whole scene, man. The Marsh Cave, the waterfall was terrible, Topher sucked, everything was bad. The unrunnable Iron Gull, like, come on, man.
Hey, the seed gave you both loose, not required. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, that's that we were feeling for you guys. That whole marsh dive and then just the back and forth ping ponging of fetch quests.
Yeah.
We did see you pick up the tail in Northwest and then go to Volcano, get rid of the party to do the black belt grind. Did it ever cross your mind as a strategy to promote to get access to like the life magic, an extra temper caster, things like that?
I think I forgot to check level 3 white magic. Was that where life was?
Yeah.
Yeah, well that's where I forgot to check it. So that didn't cross my mind.
Okay.
But yeah, no, honestly, maybe if I had seen life, that would have changed the calculation because at that point you can actually get through. Like you can keep the black mage alive, but At that point, I was like, the black mage is just gonna die, and without that, it's gonna be really hard to get through Topher. So I don't know. It was just I didn't have a sword either, so I don't know. I don't trust black mage and Topher at all. So
And that's fair. They were the first one to go down for you.
Yep.
So walk me through that Kraken 2 fight. It's much more recent for us than it was for you with the delay.
Yeah,
but-
like if we could just like get one ruse stack, I'm like feeling pretty good. Nope, get the hit immediately. Okay, well this time maybe I'll get better. Like, nope, hit again. Okay, well at least we got a lot of evasion now, right? Well, we only got 150 HP though, so I'm like, I'm probably just dead. This is no way, right? And then I'm like, maybe? And then Inferno, I'm like, is that gonna kill me even with the ribbon? Nope. And then Blizzard, is that gonna kill me? Surely that'll kill me through the ribbon. Nope. Just barely got there. And then I'm like, do I got heal potions? Maybe.
Yeah, we were counting too.
Yeah, I was ready for the vampire pack to just shred me and then have like 200 HP and then get wiped. So yeah, that I don't know. Yeah, that seed probably is my worst time of the tournament. So best time to worst time.
Yeah, it's definitely been the tale of two seeds in these first two races.
What's Nate doing tomorrow? Is he busy? I mean, he can roll the seed. I don't think anyone will complain.
Maybe Wildham might. I don't know.
What am I doing tomorrow? Not rolling the seed.
Oh,
Ganny, I mean, you've showed out this whole tournament, coming in, making the finals now, and this is your third spring tournament.
Yeah, third one.
And I think I mean it's been fun. I remember watching you in spring tournament 2020 when correct me if I'm wrong, but you beat Crab Cakes and Swiss, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I mean, she had a little accident in Sky, and so that's why I won. But I did technically win.
Yeah, and like I think that's like what for me and the memory that I have of that time and the FFR community is like that is what kind of put the spotlight on you. It's like, oh, who's this Ganon's Gone Wild guy? Like coming out of nowhere and just blowing up, like beating CC in the Swiss rounds, like, and now here you are in the finals for the spring tournament, man. It's been a fun ride to watch.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I started playing actually the year before, but I couldn't. Like, I joined the Discord. It didn't seem like there was like a lot of racing going on, so I just took a break until the next tournament came around. But yeah, I'm definitely playing a lot. It's been a lot of fun. So hopefully I can close this out. I'm like so ready to not be playing this tournament anymore.
See, that's why we changed flags in the middle of tournaments, going all the way back to spring tournaments past, because you start to just like go stir crazy with the same flags for 12 weeks. But you guys have been like putting on execution master classes, and we've got Wildham here. GG, buddy, that was a tough break with the waterfall.
Yeah, a bit. Well, the mistake happens.
You're too quick on that reset, man. Go too fast. Now, I was really hoping that you would go to Ordeals after Mirage, and especially before checking Cardia for loose. Did you forget about Ordeals, or was it just like a low priority check for you?
Low priority.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, there was still 2 loose out there.
Mm-hmm.
I figured, with Volcano having no loose at all, so I thought it was good odds of fighting it around there. And turns out that no.
How much of race 1 influenced your routing here in race 2?
Well, maybe a bit, but you know, with the Marsh, the zombie dragon Marsh. I mean, there's no way to know at that point where your opponent's.
Yeah.
You get a lucky shot in, and then you're 20 minutes behind. So I thought I had to do some gamble there, and
Mhm.
It didn't work out again.
Yeah, we definitely saw you gambling a lot on making those sorts of checks, and I mean, we saw Gannon doing the same thing, making like off checks like with the key locks and stuff like that, or it's one of those things we were talking about. Like the minute you have that first wipe in Marsh, you immediately feel behind because you just assume your opponent got a single zombie D and only got melees and didn't see the lightning 3. And then it's just like the tilt builds and builds and builds. And watching the both of you recover from it and move on was sort of refreshing to see, because usually I'd just forfeit and walk away from it.
That was definitely like very being considered for me. I was so just ready to be done. But the last time I did that, I was like 15 minutes ahead, and so I've learned.
And Wildham, I think when we saw you dive Marsh specifically for the ribbon and then try to walk that out to catch the blaze shadows one step from the stairs, I think that was like where you started losing time to Ganon. Because like that would have been pretty clutch, because that would have allowed you to like keep the ribbon and then dive and not have as many counters through Marsh to get the ribbon and the zombie D. But that Marsh cave, man, that was something else.
Did I get glared through the ribbon? Because I know I thought I equipped the ribbon and I got glared, and I was like, what? I don't know if anybody noticed.
I didn't notice a glare through the ribbon.
I'll have to double check the VOD.
There was a whole lot of dying going on. So
yeah.
Fizzle, you got questions? I talked a lot.
No, that basically covers all the questions I had.
I'm sorry.
You did good.
Yay. So, when is race 3, guys?
Tomorrow, 5 or 8 p.m. Eastern. Danny's not allowed to roll the seed.
Get Davis to roll it. He rolls jet seeds. I've heard.
Yeah.
Don't get Davis to roll. He rolls garbage too.
Oh.
So 8 p.m. Eastern, same sort of structure, 4 force with a guaranteed melee and mage.
Yep, that's the plan.
Awesome. Well, Wildham, I wish you best of luck in game 3 to try to force the game 4. And Ganon, I think you're doing pretty well for yourself. It feels bad that I can't feel like I'm wishing you both well in the next race. So go Wildham, but you're doing great too, man.
Thanks.
Hey, you guys are at the top of your game, and Wildham is so fun having watched you. Like I was talking to Ganon before, like watching Ganon grow through like spring tournament 2020, and then the same thing with you, like kind of coming into your own to be like the dev that races, and now the dev that like went on to race in like Rank Kylo and the Iron Goal stuff, and just kind of tempered yourself in like trash flags. You know, so like this seed feels like it was something kind of built for Rank Kylo, and now here you are at the top of the pile in spring tournament duking out with Ganon's Gone Wild, man. It's a heck of a journey for you.
Oh yeah, I can't be mad.
This was a plan, though, right?
I mean, every seed's gonna have the black belt with the katana, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then you're gonna get Katana 4 in like the first. I don't like you call it Katana. It's Katana.
No, it's Katana now.
No, that's fine. I gotta go to bed. This was a lot of fun. Ganon's Gone Wild. Best of luck moving forward in the rest of the tournament. Wildham, good luck in game 3. And you guys did a heck of a race. And we'll. I'm gonna stop talking so Fizzle can take us home and final thoughts and all that stuff.
Yeah, I guess we'll start with Ganon's final thoughts.
Yeah. I'm ready for this tournament to be over. It's been a lot of fun, but you know, it's also been a grind. So yeah, thanks for doing comms, and thanks for tracking. Thanks for restream. GG's Wildham. Hopefully next seed is a little bit more kind to us. These seeds have been a little bit wacky. So yeah. Anyway.
All right, Wildham, final thoughts.
Yeah, GG again. Can't come around. Yeah, I mean, beside these two's last seed, I mean, the tournament has been a blast, and these were a lot of fun too. Frustrating, and yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
All right, and big, huge special shout out to Rubes for doing the tracking and Hate for restreaming this. For everyone at the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, my name is Left Front Bumper. We will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Game 3. Until then, have a good night, everyone.